Hello, students, and welcome to week 4. First, I wanted to mention the way that I've been grading especially in week 3, for your reader response that you did this last time. What I love about this college is it lets you take one little step at a time. So for those of you who did the reader response and put the works cited in, I gave you some input for the works cited page and also for your in-text citations. I am being very picky and very hard on these things because I don't have to can't take off points. So since I don't have to take off points, I can show you all of the mistakes that you're making, and that you maybe patterns that you're making. So you'll know to look for those when I do have to take off points. And I put that at the beginning of the reader response for you guys. So this week is a bigger week, though. This week you get lots more points than you have in the past. And so let's go over it really carefully and make sure that you are understanding what it is that you need to do. First off, here's this Ask a Librarian thing. If you have any questions about any sources or how to find sources or anything, then go ahead and use that. It would be a very good idea for you. Okay, and then the next thing, your topic, sentence, and thesis statements. Now, you don't have to do anything for this assignment, but oh my goodness, if you don't have a good thesis statement, and if you don't have good topic sentences for your paragraphs, you will not pass. So, if you don't understand it very well, make sure you go over this extremely, extremely carefully. So, you're only going to be doing an outline, and you're only going to be doing this for a thesis statement and things this time for the first part of your essay, the summary and background. So it's the main purpose is to introduce the topic and issue of the essay and to provide context and background. Do not worry about anything else, just this one. Focus. Okay. And then each paragraph should have a clear topic sentence. Present facts and claims in a reasonably objective manner. And so you're going to create a thesis statement for part 1 that focuses on the information and purpose for part 1, not your personal position on it. And it even gives you a generic example that would be just fine to use. In fact, use it right away, and then if you want to change anything, you can change it and add things and do more stuff to it. But just, it says the history and background of the issue, put your issue in, provide a context in which the debate surrounding the issue can be better understood and analyzed. There's no problem with that one at all. Okay? All right, and then your topic sentences, one important element of the debate surrounding the issue, and then you'd put that in there and be traced back to, whatever it is that you want to do. Don't even go over this other part. We'll worry about that later, okay? Just do the first part now. You're going to need to give me an outline, okay? And that is going to need to be done right away. The outline components, the best way to do it is to go to OWL, the way that it suggests you to, and then go down here to the example. Where do they have that example? Well, I found the example the other day. Maybe it hasn't loaded yet. Okay. Main components. It talks about parallelism, coordination, subordination, and division. Make sure that you do it. Let's see if it goes to something else. Well, sample outline. There you go. Look, that's what your outline is supposed to look like. Okay? So you would have, this would be the title of what you think your essay is going to be about. Roman numeral 1 is going to be your main point, and then there's A's and B's under that. If you need to divide them some more, put 1s and 2s. You can't, now this is important, you can't have an A without a B, can't have a 1 without a 2, okay? Because you can't divide something into 1, you got to divide something into 2. So make sure that you pay attention to that. Okay. And then you're going to be we've gone over the synthesis argument, what it is that you're going to be doing with it. So make sure that you understand what it is. This is just going to be the introduction, 500 words, 2 sources, introduction of topic, issue, terms, background and history, major points, and a brief preview what's going to come in part 2 and 3, and then a works cited page that has to be right. And no one of the 7 that turned in ones this last time had one that was perfect, but there were some that were close. Now be very, very, very close, very, very important. This is very important. For part 1, I'm not particularly interested in what position on the issue you think is correct. Your position on the issue itself shouldn't be concluded in part 1 or part 2. So let's look at the rubric. This is what part 1 is going to need to have. Okay, look at this, guys. It's worth a lot of points. The introduction reveals the importance or significance of the issue and the debate surrounding it in an interesting way. Lots of times you can tell me a story. That always works well in an introduction. The background and history defines and explains essential history terms and contexts. Clearly introduces the various major positions, not yours necessarily, but all the ones that are there. And then it just lays out the other 2 parts of the essay, what to expect and why. Grammar, I have to count off perfect grammar in this one. And then 2 credible sources and cited. I have to count off for those 2. So it's a big deal, you guys. It really is. It's a big deal. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Just went to some place I didn't expect it to. Let's go back to our place where we need to be. So now your rough draft and your peer review. Okay. This is due on the 7th. You're going to use your outline as a guide, and I'll get your outline back to you right away, you guys. I will. I'll get it back the same day or the day after. And then you're going to submit your draft here by Wednesday. And after Friday, once your own draft has been reviewed, download it, take a look at your classmates' comments, and begin revising your essay accordingly. And then this is a very important note. You are the author of your essay. It's up to you to decide how helpful or accurate the comments or suggestions by your classmate reviewing your draft are. Some comments might be valuable, may not. You decide. It's your grade, guys. Okay, and then as soon as the date passes, your work will be sent to a classmate. By Friday, you'll receive feedback and other feedback to a classmate by completing the peer review worksheet. And this is what it looks like. Okay, now that's the rubric for it. Okay, here it is. This tells you exactly how to get it. So what you're going to be looking for in this. But look at this, though. This is important, that it's worth 50 points that you do this peer review for your person. So make sure that you do it, because that's worth like 5 of those other little things that we've done before. So make sure that you do it. Okay. I know there's a place here where we can look at exactly what it is that you're going to be looking at. Here is the sheet that you guys will be using for doing peer review. If for any reason the person I assign to you to do a peer review does not do it for you, don't worry about it. I will go over it. But you know what, guys? It's worth 50 points. It is very important that you review your peers' work. You're going to look at things like, what is the issue it's discussing? Summarize your classmates' main idea. Then you're going to put your ideas in here. Type yours in here. And then you're going to read this. Type your ideas in here. And it's going over all of the things that we talked about, okay? And it also is going to help you, because you're going to say, oh, wow, I need all that stuff. Make sure you do. Okay. So that is what you are going to be doing. Okay. All right, students, this is a big week, like I said. I hope everything goes well for you, and I'm looking forward to some wonderful essays being turned in next week.